Offshore Angler. I'm your host, Jason Reese, the G2P Angler. I'm going to tell you why we're going out today, but before that, I'm going to do a quick 30-second channel intro for a lot of the new subscribers that we have tuning in lately. So, I moved from Arizona out to South Florida like 18 years ago, but I just started offshore fishing 2 years ago. And it is a massive change to go from freshwater fishing in Arizona, lakes and creeks, to offshore fishing out here. It is a steep learning curve and a unique fishery. So my goal here is to kind of share the adventure of going from Guggen at ground zero to leveling up to someday being some kind of pro angler, fishing more tournaments. And along the way, I'm trying to share all the tips with you guys that I'm learning along the way to help you guys hit the learning curve. And I do a lot of trolling, so it's fun to see, even if you are a seasoned angler, kind of see what I'm pulling out here, and I try to provide you guys like what's getting bites and what's not, try to save everybody some time and have some fun along the way. So, today I'm going out by myself. My family was going to come out today, but there was storms earlier. We canceled our scuba diving trip, and I'm coming out just for a little bit in the afternoon. The storm's cleared, and we're coming out just for, I'm coming out just for a couple of hours of afternoon trolling here. Got some cloud cover, hoping to find some blackfin, and I'm staying close to home on the near Hillsborough Inlet here where I'm fishing out of. So, that's my goal for today, catch a few blackfin tuna, maybe weed out some bonita and kudu, which are probably going to be some bycatch today. Maybe get lucky and find an evening wahoo or even some stray mahi to make their way up this way. I also share all the depths and approximate locations of where I get bites so you can kind of see patterns emerge as you watch these videos. And I took some pictures of what I have going out here in the spread today. I'm going to show you and kind of lay it over what the spread looks like today. We always deploy our spreads with the furthest out baits first. So the furthest of my spread on the shotgun is a blue boonbird that I use as a teaser and as a line indicator to other boats for my line ends out there. Behind that is a small purple black Williamson chuggerhead. I am going away from these baits. I pulled 2 of these today. I'm starting to move away from them because the hooks aren't very strong and I just don't feel like they draw as many strikes as other lures on the market. I found some Bahari ones that I ordered that I'm gonna try as a replacement to these. They look to be more on par with like a black bart type quality. After the shotgun is what I call the mid. So that's running down the center. This is on like a purple and black lead head with a purple and black Nita strip, artificial boat Nita strip. For folks that have been watching the videos for a while, you've seen me migrate away from real bonita strips and ballyhoo to these artificial Nita strips. After that, on one of the outriggers is going to be, this is a larger Williamson sailfish catcher. And on the other outrigger is an Islamorada flyer. It's a smaller profile bait, great for picking off blackfin tuna. Then on my first planer, which I'm going to run a number 4 planer on, this is going to be a pink and white sea witch with a pink and white Nita strip, artificial strip. That's on a 30-second count away from the boat. And on the shortest planer, and it's only going to be a number 4/6 planer. A 4/6 planer means a number 4 plate but a number 6 weight, so it runs a little bit deeper. That's going to be a blue and white sea witch and blue and white or translucent Nita strip artificial. So that's the spread going out today. And I also want to show you what my app, this is Fishing Points, what it predicts this day is going to be. Now, my whole thing about these apps and predictions on the bite is you can't catch them sitting on the couch. So even if it's a low activity predicted day, I say get out there if you can fish, try to get out there and fish and make the most of it. And I've seen great days on low activity forecasts and vice versa. So get out when you can, grain of salt here, but we're still trying to find some fish. So I'm going to be crisscrossing back and forth here, kind of going north and south, trying to find where the bite is. And then I'll probably like zone in on one particular depth. I've already had 2 bites while I was getting the spread out, so you see a picture of like a translucent Nita strip on my number 4/6 planer, and that already got bitten off, so now I've got like a blue and white one on there, and 1 bite on the shotgun. So 2 missed bites, which for a low activity forecast day, I think it's a good sign. Now all 6 lines are out, and hoping to put some fish in the box. We're hitting up some of these wrecks up here off Pompano, and the shotgun just got hit, and the planer got triggered. Shotgun, I guess, didn't stick. Is the screaming reel stop just south? Nope, other planer just got hit. Just south of the inlet here. And going over these wrecks because the storms, they scared off most of their bunks. So I got a lot of these wrecks for myself that are normally full full of boats and divers and stuff, so I'm on course to another one here in just a second. Got some bites, it's encouraging. I don't see anything really on though. This one's definitely not on. Fortunately, none of those stuck. Baits were still good. They got redeployed. So I've had a couple of bites like shallower and like the 105 to 125 range, and these have been deeper from like 180 out to 220. So I'm gonna probe around and find. It's tough to know if those are good fish or not, but they didn't stick. So was it just a small bonito? Was it a cuda on the shallow side? Like it's hard to know. So until we actually get one of these to stick and bring it in, it's hard to exactly know what depth they're biting at today, but I'm gonna keep bouncing back and forth here between like Oakland Park and Boca. I'm taking advantage of these wrecks being kind of unmanned right now, so I can get down there and like fish some areas that are normally pretty like booked up on Sundays. For you weekend warriors like me, I know you guys got full-time jobs, so it's hard to come out here and fish when there's no one here, but it's a stormy morning. I've noticed you can come here for the afternoon bite and pick it up. And my timing today was around the outgoing tide, which started about an hour and a half ago. So I'm just trying to take advantage of maybe the outgoing tide and maybe this cloud cover, and hopefully can find some like blackfin tuna and bring home dinner here. So stay tuned. A couple of my viewers in the last video when I was out solo noticed that I had forgotten to put a PFD on, and it was because it got blown up and left behind. Didn't know it wasn't on the boat. Good news is, got it back, and I am back to being hopefully a safer boater here. So thank you to those that reached out and said, hey, PFD when you're out there by yourself. I totally agree. And for those that were worried that my wife, the Cuda Queen, would have been a little bit worried that if I didn't come home, I asked, and you were right, she actually does care. So thanks guys, safety first, trying to model it better out here. I appreciate the concern. 5 bites without anything sticking. I think it's time to change our luck. Need a little help from the fishing gods. My favorite rum, Polar Dark. This is the flagship dark. Get a little bit of this into the system, and the luck's about to change. I can feel it down in my plums. I haven't even put the rum bottle down yet, and the planer got triggered. The long planer, first bite on that one. This is in 185 feet of water, north of Boca, right off of Deerfield Beach here. And I've just been going back and forth, east to west, trying to find what might be biting. It's a little hairy here with these planers. This is a long planer, and right now I've got a number 4 planer on the long, and only a number 4/6 planer on the shorter deep one. So it is a little bit dangerous as far as pulling 2 planers of similar size and weight together. But I find this lets me go. This lets me troll a little bit faster, and I like that. And I don't think we have to get down deep. I don't think we need to have that like number 8+ planer. Oh, I see a fish on. It's not big, but get the skunk off here. Be happy with this. The timing on that was impeccable. It's a really small fish, but just say, all right, time to change the luck. Let's call it the fishing gods. 1 sip of rum, and a fish bit. And this fish is small. Like, I don't even know how it got this big planer hook into it. Whatever this fish is doing, it's impressive that it did this. Oh no, it's a small cuda. Well, not the fish I wanted. Not target, not size, but at least the skunk is over. Get back on the troll here. So I think the shotgun just picked up a small fish. So we're about to go over a wreck, so I don't want to go kind of bring that one in right now. So I've been using Seymour maps here on the SteerMed unit to find all these little wrecks that aren't on my Garmin chart plotter. It has been fantastic. I'm able to use this to kind of figure out where I want to troll. And I've just been kind of edging by a lot of these different wrecks. As you can see as you go over them down here, what those look like. So I'll sacrifice the 1 small fish out there to keep going 8-9 knots to go over this wreck where you can see all of these fish up here on the top of the water column at 75 feet. So that's what we want to see. So now the question is, will anything else get hit as we go over it? Big hit on the planer, long planer, just north of Boca Inlet. We're at 138 feet of water. It took off a bunch of line across the other direction. And there's nobody else on the boat to clear lines. Whenever I hear a big drag scream on these planer rods that are pretty beefy, and these are 50 wide Tiagras. If it's a good first run, I always think Wahoo. Could just be wishful thinking. Actually, it looks like the straight. This looks good. Yeah. I think we're gonna be in good shape here, guys. So far, I was able to get this line straightened back out so I can try to bring it in between all the others. Fish is staying down, and it feels good. So we're gonna get to this point, the planer off. We're going about 4 knots here right now, which is good. Boat's still pulling forward. I'm gonna get us set on a good course with the boats in front of us. I want to feel what this fish feels like from start to finish. Let's get to work. I have the gaff ready to go here at my fingertips in case it is that Wahoo I want. Actually, the last couple of times we've had a good fish on that had a good first run and stayed down like this, it was actually big, like 15+ pound Blackfin Tuna, so definitely torpedo shaped. Hopefully it's Wahoo and not a king or a Cuda. Cuda would be the worst. That'll break my heart right now. Let's try to make a run over here on the other side. Fish. Just going on some runs here. It's really close to the boat now. I'm going to do a thing that you might not agree with, but I'm going to back up and give it a little bit more drag. I'm going to slow the boat down a little bit because mine is super tense right now. I'm going to slow us down a little bit. So from 4 knots down to just under 3 knots, and you can tell this fish is really still fighting. It might be a big king, actually. I didn't see any stripes when it got up close. Just trying to fight to stay down. I think it's a big king. It's gonna have to get gaffed. Long gaff helps on these things when you're by yourself. What's that? That's how you do it! Yeah, look at that king, baby! Nice kingfish. Big one. I haven't caught a big king in a while. Oh, yeah. That's a beefy king. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to the same area. I retraced my steps on Seymour Maps, and both outriggers got knocked down. I was just trying to put the planers back out before these things got annihilated. All right, back to work. I was just ready to deploy this planer. Fresh again, but that's not going to happen. We answered the question, will these Nita strip, artificial bonita strips catch kingfish? And that answer is yes. We've caught Wahoo with them, kingfish, tons of Blackfin Tuna, a bunch of bycatch. So the last thing I want to catch with one of those is a sailfish on the troll, but I'm sure if right place, right time, it would work just as well. Man, that put a lot of line off here. The other fish looks like it's still on the other outrigger. Maybe we came through a school of tuna? I'm not sure. This is definitely not pulling like it was a minute ago. So this is on that bigger Williamson sailfish catcher that I said I put on here sometimes just to ring the doorbell for a fish, even if they don't bite it. This is one of the bigger lures in the spread. I don't know if this fish is swimming with me now, but it is definitely not pulling like it was when this thing first got hit. Nothing has surfaced yet. Normally when I hit 2 outriggers, I like to hold speed so the at least the shotgun and the mid go over that same school of fish. But this was pulling off line so fast I was nervous to leave it out there. Only nice thing about both of the planers not being deployed right now is that there's nothing in the way of bringing this in. This fish is coming in way too easy for how hard it hit earlier. Yeah, I can see it down there. It's not a huge fish. I don't know how it managed to get that hard of a hit initially, but wow. Blackfin. And a decent one too. Yes! Nice blackfin. Well, my wife, the Cuda Queen, does not love kingfish, but she does love blackfin tuna. If I was a betting man, I would think this would be another blackfin tuna, just a smaller one, since it did not pull off drag like that other one did. I don't normally have blackfin tuna give up on me like that last one did. That last one had a massive first run, maybe just like cooked itself, and then was super easy all the rest of the way in. This is another blackfin, it's a smaller one. And this one, for being smaller, had a little more fight in him. He's gonna fight it the whole way in. I respect that. Never give up. The bites pick it up after all this afternoon, which is weird because the sun came out, but I'll take it. Well, now I'm down to 2 lines out, so gotta get back in reposition. I'm gonna go turn around and run the same weird line back, go back where I caught the blackfin, and then dip back through where I caught the kingfish. Maybe something's still happening there, but give it a shot. I'm still north of Boca. Current trip today, I'm trolling anywhere between like 6 knots and 10 knots. People haven't going like north or south, so it's decent though. So try to find 2 or 3 more. All right, another missed hit on a turn here on the short planer. So I ran out of the blue and white Nita strip, so now I'm using these blue and silver ones. These have been good for me in the past. If you watch my previous videos, you might see the colors don't always matter. I don't know. Psychologically, or type A, I like to like match the colors for the sea witches, but I'm sure it's just me. The fish don't seem to care. So I'm making another loop back through here. I really haven't made it really past like Del Rey, closer to Boca actually, and I'm just kind of zigzagging through where I got those blackfin tuna and that king. See if I can pick up something else here. I was gonna head in. The bite seemed to slow down a little bit. It's getting dark, but there's nobody else with me. There's nobody else forcing me to go in right now. So I figure, why not catch the sunset, maybe take advantage of magic hour, and days like this, like especially for a Sunday where it's decent out, it's maybe like 1.5 feet. Seas pretty comfortable. Temperature's nice now. You'd think there's boats everywhere, but because there was storms earlier, there's boats nowhere. So check this out. Whole ocean to myself. Oh, and I just saw the short planer just got triggered. I gotta go check that out. Well, I'm heading down there with a sunset view. And this guy just got triggered. I just watched it happen, so let me see what's going on here. I don't think it's on. I think it's another missed hit. Might have got bitten off. I don't see anything out there. The short planer just got hit. I saw the light where Hillsborough Inlet, 177 feet, and that looks like it's on. I think right down the inlet. Look at this. There's the lighthouse and the sunset. That guy looks on. Hopefully he's still on. No, it's good. It's there. Must have been someone towards me for a minute. I can see it down there. Oh, it's a Cuda. Boo. Oh, man. disappointing. All right, see ya. Oh my God, the shotgun just got hammered. All right, here we go. We're down in 99 feet of water, just outside of Hillsborough Inlet. The lighthouse and sunset are right behind me. This just came back up on top of the water, so can't be a huge fish, because huge fish push that boon bird deep underwater. Smaller fish have a hard time keeping it under. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's beautiful out here right now. I've got this like gorgeous sunset rocking my nuts off, pink and purple behind the lighthouse. Got a fish on, and there I haven't seen a boat in like 40 minutes. It feels like I've got the entire ocean all to myself. And this is, I feel like, how Sundays are supposed to be spent. It looks and feels like a bonita. And it just came up. There it is. It's a bonita. So if you keep eating bonita for bait, and most of us do, great. My freezer's full, so I don't keep these anymore. And I don't use strips anymore, so I don't need them as bad. I use them occasionally on the bottom. But if you watch my last video about bonita tagging for Noah, it is a great way to help Noah get a better idea about this fishery so they can make smart decisions. So if you want to keep the fisheries healthy, don't be afraid to tag these fish. Check. I'll link the last video in the details about doing tagging out here. This time of year, bonita tend to be kind of thick, so if you don't need them for bait, tag them, release them, help us out. So I got at least one more bite. I was at 193 feet south of the inlet, going over wrecks, when this one got, this line's pretty dark, completely bitten off. So planer, the long planer with the pink and white Nita strip and sea witch got totally bitten off. So bummer on that one. So my recap for today is it was totally worth coming out here today, even for a couple of hours. I enjoying the sunset. I've got the entire ocean to myself here, and the bite was decent. So I think I caught, like, up the count of, I think, like 12 or 13 fish total, 3 keepers, a nice smoker king, two decent blackfin. And for the highlights was just, I think it's what I needed before I head into a busy work week. I know my fellow weekend warriors will understand that. So for that part, I'm thankful for it, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here. The wind's picking up a little bit of white caps, but overall, like, super nice. A couple of things to talk about solo. I did pretty good, didn't really lose any fish. We missed a few to start with, just didn't stick on the hooks. But it's harder to get set back up. So like I came through an area where I was getting bites, and once I was down to, like, 4 lines got hit, I needed to redeploy. By the time I got all the lines redeployed, I was pretty far away from the spot. So it is hard sometimes when you're solo fishing to quickly get, like, set back up and get back on the same spot where you were just catching fish. It's nice to have other people on the boat for those days. Speaking of, I kind of need someone to come out here and run a camera. So this channel is not yet, and it's probably never going to be big revenue generating. My goal was never to make a lot of money in YouTube on this channel. It's to help other people and give me a little voice in this passion that we all love so much out here offshore. But if you can hold a GoPro and you know anything at all about how to film something decently, and you want to talk about fishing and have a couple of Pilar rum drinks with me out here, send me an email. It's in my about section in the channel, or hit me up on social media DMs, and I will try to find someone who's fun to spend the day with and can hold a camera so I'm getting better footage without losing fish. Speaking of YouTube and comments and DMs, I get a lot of questions, guys, in my social media DMs, and I'm happy to talk about fishing all day. Unfortunately, it's a lot of the same questions, and it would be a lot better to answer them in the YouTube comments so everybody can see the Q&A and we can all kind of learn from each other. And remember, when you're asking questions, you're getting advice from a guy who's only been fishing for 2 years. So a big grain of salt, and I've never fished myself as an expert out here. So I am looking to try some new lures. I just made a big order from a local company in Boca called Gulfstream Lures. They have like 1,000 different sea witch options to choose from, so I am placing a big order with them. I'm going to try to get some new baits in the spread and start doing some underwater filming so you guys can see how these baits look underwater. I wish I knew what they look like underwater before I purchased them, so hopefully that will help other people. A couple of other quick things. The Kingfish and the Blackfin were in the same water today. So if you're like me and you're new and you're reading everything and trying to learn what you can, watching YouTube videos, you might hear that, you know, Blackfin tuna are only in blue water, Kingfish only in green water. And I think for the most part that's true, and I know every day is different out here, but today was the day that both of those fish were in the same water. So I saw it 2 or 3 times last year, and today they were definitely in the same water on that outgoing tide by Boca for me. So I'm gonna say one thing about Kingfish. It's not everybody's favorite fish to eat here in South Florida. You guys saw my video. I was recently in St. Lucia with my family. They have access to some of the world's best eating fish every day of the year there. So that's a day where they've got fresh yellowfin, and they were like, it's a special day for us. We have fresh Kingfish on the menu. And they put it into sushi for us. It was raw, and I would never have eaten that here, but there it was a delicacy, and we ate it, and it was still pretty good. So for my Kingfish snobs here in South Florida, give it a try. Like, it is just a little bit more fishy than other fish, but it is still pretty damn delicious. And another note, they also gave us raw, fresh lobster in sushi, and that was not great at all. Maybe for you oyster fans, but that was not for us. So I think that about wraps up what I wanted to cover for today. I'm gonna run you guys through the bite breakdown real quick so you can see what was in the spread and how many bites there were. So let's see where the bites landed on the bite breakdown today. So coming in at 0 bites was this leadhead purple black that is now going to be banished from the spread. Honestly, I think it's just a little bit too beaten up. There's no paint left on it, etc. It's gone. Next up with 2 bites is the Williamson sailfish catcher. Also not great. I ordered some better lures, I think, to replace that one. On the other outrigger was the Islandwrada Flyer, 3 bites. Respectable for an afternoon. Picked up one of those Blackfin tuna for us. With 4 bites on the Boonbird was the other Williamson sailfish catcher, the small one. 4 bites, not bad, needs a new hook, probably gonna get replaced. The closest to the boat planer, the number 4-6 planer, coming in with 6 bites, blue and white sea witch and blue and silver Nita strip. And the winner of the day was the pink and white sea witch with a pink and white Nita strip with 8 bites. On a number 4 planer, 30-second count from the boat when deployed. So all in all, I mean, most of the lures got hit minus 1, so I'll rethink that one. That's part of the reason why I ordered some more lures. I think that one may just be past its prime. It's mostly all silvered out and stuff, all the paint's gone. But pretty solid day out here. One good thing I didn't mention is there's been no scattered seaweed. So if you were looking for like seaweed lines, you'd be disappointed today. But for me, solo, I'm so glad the seaweed wasn't scattered. It's a beautiful day. And while I guess everybody actually asked me, when do these videos come out? So right now we are middle of August, and this video, as I'm running like 2 weeks behind, probably won't get posted until September. So when you see my posts on social media, you see fish pictures, the video is probably about 2 weeks behind it, and I wish that it was faster, but with a full-time job and some passionate hobbies, you know, you do it when you can. So that is the time of year that we're heading into fall pretty soon. I'm looking forward to kite fishing season picking up a little bit, so you'll see more kite fishing action here. I'm going to do a little bit more drifting next time we get some more people on the boat here. I think once the kudas and bonitas thin out too. I don't want to pay for tunas and gogs to have them get smashed by kudas all day, so figuring out the right time to bring that out and give that a shot. And while you're waiting for the next video, check out these videos and let me show you this sunset. Thanks for watching, guys. Tight lines.